On a dark and stormy night, a car pulled up to an old, dilapidated house. The rain was a relentless torrent, dashing against the windshield, and the wind was a cacophony of haunting whispers. In the car, John and Mary watched the house loom before them, a monument of time-forgotten terror. Their hearts pounded in their chests, a rhythm of unease. Yet, compelled by the storm's fury, they decided to seek refuge in the forsaken abode. The house, weathered by years of neglect, seemed to groan in protest as they approached. The shadows danced, hinting at a history shrouded in mystery and dread. Every creak of the ancient wood, every gust of wind, whispered tales of its dark past. The suspense hung heavy in the air, a tangible fear that sent shivers down their spines. As the couple stepped into the house, the door creaked shut behind them, engulfing them in darkness. Inside, the house was as unsettling as its exterior, but something else caught their attention. A door, locked and mysterious, beckoned the couple with its silent allure. Their curiosity piqued. They scoured the house until they found a rusty key that fit perfectly into the lock. As the door creaked open, they were met with a sight that sent chills down their spines. A room, dimly lit and filled to the brim with religious artifacts. A crucifix here, a rosary there, and in the center of it all, a life-size statue of a nun. The statue was eerily lifelike, its eyes seemingly tracking their every move. The air in the room was thick with an unsettling sense of dread. Every instinct screamed at them to leave, and so they did. But unbeknownst to them, as they left the room, the nun's eyes glowed ominously in the dark. Night fell, and with it came a haunting chill that permeated the house. The air hung heavy with an eerie silence, broken only by the whispers of the wind. The flickering candlelight cast long, menacing shadows that danced across the room, imbuing the surroundings with an uncanny aura. In the quietude of the night, a strange symphony began to play. The couple, nestled in their sanctuary, started to hear soft whispers, like prayers being uttered in hushed tones. The words were indiscernible, but the rhythm was unmistakable, a solemn cadence that seemed to come from the walls themselves. Then came the footsteps. They were light, barely audible, but distinct. A rhythmical patter, as if someone was pacing the corridors, weaving a path through the darkness. The couple exchanged uneasy glances, their hearts beating in tandem with the phantom footsteps. But it was the statue that truly sent a wave of terror washing over them. The once benign figure seemed to take on a life of its own. It appeared to move ever so slightly when they weren't looking. Each time they cast a glance its way, a new position, a new angle, a new stare met their eyes, making their blood run cold. The suspense mounted, the terror grew as the couple realized they were not alone. The house, once their haven, had become a playground for unseen forces. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream echoed through the house, freezing them in their tracks. In the eerie silence that followed the scream, a ghostly figure materialized before their eyes, ethereal yet palpable. It was a nun, the very same one immortalized in the statue they had stumbled upon earlier. But she was no longer a mere effigy in stone. She was alive, or rather, unalive. She began to speak, her voice a haunting whisper that sent chills down their spines. She told them her tale, a tale as chilling as the cold wind that blew through the cracks of the old house. She was once a humble servant of God, living peacefully within these very walls. But peace, as it often is, was short-lived. Accused of witchcraft, she was executed, her life cruelly snuffed out in the home she held dear. Her spirit, she confessed, was trapped, bound to the house by the injustice she suffered. Forced to relive her execution night after night, her existence was an endless cycle of torment. The couple listened, their hearts heavy with horror and sympathy. Their once fun adventure had turned into a chilling encounter with the supernatural. Just as the nun was about to reveal the secret to her liberation, the key to ending her eternal suffering, a loud crash echoed through the house. It was as if the very walls were protesting against the release of this tale. And then, without warning, the video abruptly ends.